Welcome! Today I would like to talk about the confidential security contract standard, its importance in the future of the financial industry, and how Dusk network achieves this standard. The Dusk network is a privacy-enabled blockchain purposefully designed for the compliant tokenization of securities. But how does one combine a trustless, permissionless public blockchain with compliance and regulations associated with securities? Thanks to Zedger, the XSC security token standard provides all the necessary tools to be in control, with the first transaction model with built-in support for such trustless, disintermediated, yet compliant settlement and redemption of security transactions. For that to work, we designed and built Zedger. Zedger is the first transaction model in the financial industry that supports a standard for decentralized issuance, offering, exchange, and handling of securitized assets. Such standard is called the Confidential Security Contract Standard, or in short, XSC. In order to implement Zedger and more broadly tokenize securities according to the XSC standard, Dusk network has been the first to dwell with the unsuitability of existing transaction models to support privacy-preserving smart contracts. In fact, the available models are incapable to simultaneously offer privacy and smart contract capabilities. One of the issues in addressing both requirements is the incapability to extend privacy to public outputs associated with smart contracts operations, such as gas payments or refunds. To address all these problems, we engineered Phoenix. Phoenix guarantees confidentiality even when users spend public outputs such as blind bid rewards or gas change. Within Phoenix, both public and confidential outputs are committed within a Merkle tree, but marked as different output types. When a user desires to spend her output, she simply needs to provide proof of knowledge of the path to the root of the Merkle tree and of the commitments opening. The use of Phoenix enables Dusk network to support smart contract execution while achieving the highest level of confidentiality for a privacy-oriented network. Complementing Phoenix with account-based capabilities, Zedger fully supports the confidential security contract by enabling the issuer to absolve the wide range of functions needed to comply with security regulations. At the same time, it preserves the confidentiality of the transactors without the need for any trusted third party. Zedger is the cornerstone of Dusk network's core technology for the security-related use cases and is the default transaction model for XSC. Let's take a closer look at the essence of security tokens. A security token is a tradable financial asset that utilizes a blockchain to automatically store and validate transactions. Assets can be categorized as either real, financial, or intangible. Digital financial assets may seem intangible or non-physical, but in fact, they do represent a claim of ownership of an entity, like a public company or a commodity. Digital financial assets like security tokens dramatically improve fractional ownership and liquidity. The issuers of these assets also play an important role, and XSC enables them to offer a high level of token operability in compliance with the regulatory norms. For example, pre-approved users are prevented from owning more than one account. Dividend distributions and voting are supported. Zedger goes as far as handling capped transfers, where receivers are unable to exceed the configured ownership threshold for an asset. Many kinds of XSC are possible. Securities is yet one of the many possibilities for which our token standards can be used. We have recently shared that we are working on a bond equivalent as well, dubbed XSCB, and are even capable of standardizing more complex financial structures, as with the vertical funding example for the next generation capital use case. In these structures, we could program vesting and milestone financing, automating the growth process of, for instance, bundles of startups. Adoption of security tokens is set to grow heavily in the financial industry as the business opportunities and investor opportunities become more evident. A company or platform seeking to raise capital benefits in multiple ways from the confidential security tokens. Security tokens are programmable and enhanced with compliance and legal logic, so to completely replace overhead with automation. They allow for easy integration by industry parties. They are efficient for programming corporate actions, such as dividend payments or calling for a vote. They enable automated audit trails to further reduce overhead and costs. Investors also benefit from security tokenization through multiple ways. They make fractionalization of shares cost-effective, creating an opportunity for adoption of microtransactions. They increase interaction of shareholders and voting engagement. Finally, the blockchain infrastructure inherently removes data silos and enables fund reconciliation and much more. And that is how we are able to capture all the benefits associated with permissionless blockchain technology and still be able to comply with securities regulations. Through assessment and innovation, we have been able to create new standards and transaction models that allow us to reap the benefits associated with permissionless blockchain technology while complying with securities regulations. Thank you for listening. See you in the next video, and tot ziens.